Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 9:38 on Friday night. Back with a few for tomorrow. Today we had an on-runner was fast response, meeting abandoned. Affadil, only a 4-year-old yet. The best has yet to come from him. He'd want to improve. Bit sloppy jump at the last 3 hurdles as well. Put paid to his chances. One Through King, I thought, ran a very good race, but he was badly positioned. The jockey hasn't won a race under National Hunt rules. He has won one Hunter's Chase, and he was tracking Derek O'Connor, which is a right thing to do in an amateur's race. But he got when Derek O'Connor's horse made a couple of mistakes, he bumped into him, so he lost position. He went back a bit. He tried to get up inside your man, but there was somebody else gone. The gap had gone. Then when he swung outside, he finished 6th. But it was a good run. We'll keep an eye on him again. 3 miles 2 would be ideal, I think, for that horse. We might get a win out of him. Rocky Man was travelling well as well until he clouted the third last. As a 5-year-old, he was a bit raw, jumping it. Again, we'll keep an eye on him. We had one of the gambles. There was a lot of gambles on today. There was a few in Sligo that went unstuck, but we were on the one that came in. Exquisite Acclaim. That was 9-2 last night. Went out to 5-1 this morning. Finished up, I think, 5-4. Just held on, but I thought he was always going to win it from the good position that young Adam Caffrey got on the turn for home. And we had a place on Street Kid. They were paying 4 places on that. And the horse I mentioned in that is one to watch the next time it goes. What do you call it? Something Lad. And Booterman, I couldn't see the one that won that, winning that over 5 furlongs. Booterman is probably better over 6 as well. He was finishing well, but we didn't get cleaned anyway. That's the main thing. Shout out to Scott Ward, who flagged us down this morning and he hopped on the bus. Tomorrow, competitive racing, as you would expect on a Saturday. I get rid of one first at Doncaster on the flat. I see there's a precautionary inspection at 7:30. I'm not sure how much rain was in that area today. There is a 5 furlong sprint there. It was won last year by fast response. I thought in each way shout in that they're paying. I see the green bookie is paying 4 places. There's only 11 in it. There's Glorious Angel, a 3-year-old. But first time it ran on heavy ground was recently. As recent as the 21st of October. It's down now to what? Went up £2 for that effort as well. But it was in the high 80s and around the 90s. But if we look at that race there, the same jockey is on him again tomorrow, Conor Planis. No, we won't look at it there. But if you see the horses that was in behind, decent horses, Win Moon, Strong Johnson, they've won races recently. So has Copper Knight, so has Count Dorsey, and so has Vanish, the winner, like. But for a horse that never ran on the heavy ground before, I thought it acted well on it. So with the yellow cap.
Angels in behind those. Then comes Copper Knight, and as they head down to the closing stages, Vintage Clarets, who was a runner-up 12 months ago, has come to take it up. Glorious Angel chasing, and those they race up towards the line. Vintage Clarets in front. Glorious Angel joining it very tight. 5th run.
I actually thought that day that he had that race won. But 3-year-old out again quick. I like that with sprinters that act well on the heavy ground. I'd give that an each way chance there at 13-2. Head to Cheltenham, competitive race headed by Headaches Does a Bow. We have a horse in it that won twice for us last year, so we're staying loyal to him as an each way bet. Triple Trade. It won for us there at in April twice, the 5th of April and the 24th of April. Now, the first of those races was over 2.5 miles, and the other one was 2.2. This is back to 2 miles tomorrow. But he's getting his act together. If you look at, on the 2nd of November was his first run over in a chase last year. But he was 3 out. He was going all right, but he didn't get the landing gear out in time, and he fell. And that's all right. Gino, who's a decent horse. Then he was pulled up a couple of times after that. I think he just didn't know what he was at. But a couple of seconds then in February, he unseated again, made a mistake in March, but he got his act together then pretty decent and jumped well in Wincanton. And then in Kempton, they actually weren't going quick enough for him throughout the race. And this is him in third.
Win, and then after that iconic muddle is being driven along, and then we've got Slate House. They're swinging for home, 3 more fences left to jump, and it's Light and Strike, the yellow jacket, to Sheldon in second, Triple Trade in third. Nice jump from the leader, Light and Strike, then fenced fluently to in second position now Triple Trade, who moves into that posse ahead of Sheldon, who's now looking rather tired in third. Down towards the second last they come, Light and Strike and Triple Trade and Light and Strike, little to choose between them. A bit of a run between the second last and the last, a furlong and a half left to go. And it's Triple Trade, patiently ridden, who's now breezed into the lead and goes on very quickly by 4 or 5 lengths. Final fence now, Triple Trade a little bit circumspect at it, but it doesn't matter. Well clear of the field now to Light and Strike, who's been tied in second. Sheldon is battling on in third, but racing up towards the line. Triple Trade clearly in very good form at the moment, smuggled into the race and wins it.
Circumspect, I would call it clever and careful. Circumspect. I never heard that before. But it's a classy enough fare, but there's a few doubtful yokes there, reservations about some of them. So we'll have an each way bet on that at it's 10 to 1, it's 11 to 1 there with one of them. On to, we'll have one at Galway. There's a few going to Hert and Choker land. There are a few Hert and Chokers going there tomorrow. I was looking at all through, and I thought Buddy One was a good bet. I thought it's for a local trainer, PJ Gilligan, Paul Gilligan, isn't it? But if you look at it won a maiden hurdle. And then just second to good horses in Carvin King, Sapphire, Iroko, and in heavy or in good soft ground in Aintree last April to second to Finner's Cross, 2.5 mile. Ran it in a couple of maidens on the flat then, gearing it up for Galway. But the trip was a bit too short. There's a good gamble on it that day. I think it was 10s or 12s into 11 to 2 favourite. And then they brought it down to the stole. This is the race in the stole. And also keep an eye on Bugs Morton in this race as
half
well.
a mile to race. Just the 2 flights to jump when they swing in. Buddy One disputes the lead with Morelli, with the maroon sleeves up on the outside, the 4-6s. Wider still is Cerberus. Gold Speed is trying to make headway around him. Chasing him, Bugs Moran pushed along. Sequoia Spirit squeezed for room. Gary Bello also ridden as they continue on the turn for home. Buddy One alongside is Morelli, around the outside Gold Speed. With them is the 4-6s. Bugs Moran behind them with Cerberus as they come to jump to second last, and over it Morelli in the centre. The outside the red and black colours, Gold Speed. Buddy One rallies over on the right, and then behind them is Bugs Moran as they come down to jump the final flight. Spread across the track, Gold Speed came through to lead from Buddy One second. Bugs Moran is staying on, but Gold Speed and Sean Flanagan out in front as they go to the line. Gold Speed will win it. Bugs Moran second. In third,
That was 2.5. We were on Bugs Morton that day, and he didn't get up. He left a lot to do, and he was left trapped on the inside for a lot of it. That Gabby's Cross is reverting from fences back to hurls. That Lord Snooty is sent over by Christian Williams, but Christian Williams hadn't a winner in ages. San Tonito, that first time in a handicap hurl. could be a danger because firm footings, who I thought might need the run today against a hot pot, an odds-on favourite of Willie Mullins's, that is decent enough for him. I've watched this horse, but it's the first time in handicap, so we don't know how it's rated. 133. But it was behind Serious Machines all its life. The Nice Guy, Embassy Garden, Seabank Bistro. It won then in a lesser, they were in bumpers. Behind Marine Nationale, Hidden Valley Lake. Then it won in a lesser race. And it was stepped up and tripped in twice, and it didn't stay. I think it was well beaten. I thought they might start it off at 2-2 maybe, or there might be a race for it, but it's 2-5, nearly 2-6. But I thought Buddy One might be the one of that tomorrow. Like, it's only, well, it's 13,200 is a good few quid, but you'd wonder why Lord Snooty is coming over for Christian Williams. He had no winner, I think, in the last 14 days. No, only one place. And you'd imagine that he'd race and he'd hit for him to do it. But we'll be on that one tomorrow. Buddy One. He's carrying a bit of weight, or 12 stone, but he 7 pound off with the young lad. Third one back from the layoff. Where are we now here? The 225 at Cheltenham. There's a horse there under supervision. Pete 3P 2U2P. That's the form of the horse, but it's more like a code for a lock on a gate or something. But it's only a 7-year-old, and it does run fairly well at the track. And Twishton Davis sort of gears horses for this time of the year. And at 7-1 or 8-1, I thought it was an each way price. It was last seen in the Scottish Grand National behind Kitty's Light. But first run last year after a layoff in Cheltenham, 3 miles 2. It'll be the later meeting in the year. It was third to Eva's Oscar, and went off 7-2 second favourite that day. So they expected, a good bit of it. I'll be taking a chance on that tomorrow. We'll see what price is it. 7-1, 15-2. Paying 4 places. Green Bookie paying 5. What's gone wrong with the world? The 3 o'clock in Cheltenham. Bugs Moran is the horse that, but I just don't know about it. The day in Galway when it hit the front, it sort of wandered over and back, and the last then, like, I know it won over 3 miles. It broke his maiden hurdle, wasn't it, over 3 miles? It's the only race he has won. It's in Fairy House, good ground. Second the last 3 times. I hate to see horses getting seconds a lot of the time. I know, but that race I was seen there, he was badly positioned by Jack Kennedy. But it might have but I thought there was an outsider there with it. 16-1. Espoir de Romay. This is good back class, and an outside or an old timer, like, they're not going to be trying to win the Pertims next March. There's a qualifier for it. But if it's a first, so the decent chaser, but it never recovered from the time it fell the day. And I would have beaten Chantry House that day in April 2021 when it fell at the second last. I'm convinced it would have won. And it never sort of recovered from it. It ran a poor chases since then. But it's getting its confidence back, I thought, over hurls recently. And even the last time it ran in Utoxeter, behind Twig and Hillview. They're decent horses. I thought he'd done all right to finish third. I know third isn't great, but Kim Bailey's yard is flying at this
Bring a drop
the
right
start
away
of the year.
as the others make their run. They're left-handed for home. They're half a mile out. And up front, Regarding Ruth has always been there, disputing it with Twig, who's never been far off the leaders. They're 1 and 2 from Copper Coin. Doyen Breed with the headgear coming there to make a challenge. Sporting John now driven. Now from the back of the field, Utrecht and Hillview and Espoir de Romay are all making their moves as they head then well grouped towards the second last flight of hurdles. Twig goes on, Regarding Ruth backs out of it quickly. Here's Hillview and Espoir de Romay and Doyen Breed to mount their challenges with Copper Coin and Utrecht against the inside rail. Twig has taken over narrowly. Hillview, the noseband, yellow cap Copper Coin, headgear of Doyen Breed, black jacket of Utrecht, and then Espoir de Romay as they head towards the final flight. And it's Twig with the lead under Bo Morgan, gone 2 lengths clear from Hillview in second. Espoir de Romay keeping on in third, but Twig is over the last safely. Hillview, though, is a real battler and is coming there to challenge Twig with a narrow advantage, but Hillview still keeps grinding away in second, but Twig written out will go on and score.
The thing about them all for Tim's qualifiers is you don't know who was the handbrake on and the handbrake off. But if the likes of Bud Moran was trying to compete in that, let's say, next March, he wouldn't be winning that. No actually winner of qualifying heat has ever won the per Tim's. But the likes of Espoir de Romay with Kim Bailey's yard going well this year. When he gets into form, and like the handbrake won't be off or it won't be on him tomorrow. And I thought at a big price, and the paying 5 and 6 places, he might be worth a bet. But Bugs Morton, we have backed it before. Is that us? Well, one more. On the 150. I thought there was an angle in this race. It looks to be between the top two in the market. If you're looking at the ratings on this, it should be plain sailing for Blue King Duro. He's rated 138. He would be given £9 in a handicap to the bottom one there, Spirit Dunno. And both of them they're carrying level weights, like, but he'd be giving him £9. He's rated 138 as against 129. But I thought the top weight, not the number one, and he's not top weight. He's Punta del Este. He's carrying a penalty actually, but he's rated 121. But without the two of them, he's 3-1 with 365. Because I thought the other, even though he's carrying the penalty, he's decent enough and harsh. And the last time, Skelton will be given a stick there tomorrow. That boy, Gullbear, he only beat a 115 rated horse the last time. I just try to make a pound on every race. You would have to say that that at the weights and at the figures that Nicholas's horse is well in. He's £9 well in. So if he doesn't win that tomorrow, he won't be winning a lot. And it's a 4-year-old only race. But he did disappoint after winning his run last year, and the form wasn't franked today by the book that we backed. Affadil, but it's us. A lot of stuff there. It's nearly 10 o'clock. Bash the bookies over and out.